Good evening, students.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening, sir.
Evening, sir.
Yeah, the resource person has joined 10 minutes before. I would just like to introduce the resource person, Mr. Chatadru Mukherjee. He is alumni of Vellore Institute of Technology. He completed his bachelor's degree in electronics and communication engineering from Vellore Institute of Technology in the year 2020. Last year, passed out student. I just want to proudly say that he is my student, my own project student, and he is the gold medalist in the last convocation. Now he is working as a senior software engineer in Capgemini Technology Services India. Location is Pune. Actually, I requested him to share his experience, and I also wanted him to give a big picture of Python. What is the requirement in the industry? What is the scope for the future work? So he agreed. I just welcome Mukherjee to start the presentation.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Hi, all. Good evening to all of you. Thank you for your commitment towards learning. That Sunday also you came to join this talk. Thank you. So, as sir introduced already about me, that's all. Like I am nothing but your senior, passed out previous year from VIT Vellore, 2016 to 20 batch, and in EC. So here today I want to give a overview that how industry uses Python. Like the thing is that here whatever you learned in your uh, VIT course in this particular Python series, mostly that is the basic part, and just on top of that you have to go that whatever is your favorite domain you choose. Like if you are choosing as web development maybe in future as your favorite domain, or machine learning, AI, whatever. So in that areas how industry works, all those things I am just going to give you, so that some interest you can get, some idea you can get from this particular talk, that what is how industry going in this with this language, right? So am I audible to all, right?
Yes, Mukherjee.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Mukherjee, if you don't mind, if you don't have any data problem, you can switch on the video so that students can see you, and I can also. I'm also recording the session.
Yes, sir. Like
If you don't,
how?
otherwise, finally we can take a photo. That time you can switch on, no issue.
Oh, okay. Like there might be some uh, issues with internet if it disconnects. That's why I have not
Okay, no
turned
issue.
on.
Then finally we'll take, no issue. Then leave
All,
it.
okay. Oh, all right, all right. So basically, can somebody tell me about what is Python? Like you have done the course completely, right? Some idea about some points. Can anyone want to share their point of view?
Students, feel free to interact. He is your senior, so whatever you want to ask, you can freely talk to him like a friend. So do not hesitate to discuss. Actually, this is actually more than a guest lecture. This is actually, I want this to go something like a discussion. So please interact. Whatever you know, you just tell. No issue whether it is right or wrong.
Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah, can I speak?
yeah. Sure, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Python is generally used in like machine learning and data science, and it can also be used in web development as you go.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Right. Correct. Correct. Yes. So, like, Python is one high-level programming language. Obviously, not assembly, as you know. And the main purpose of creating this language is to make the code more readable and more introducing more packages, inbuilt functions, libraries to make the engineers life easier who are working in this coding domain. Okay, so like there are like in daily life we uses thousands of applications considering web app or mobile application or desktop application where Python is used widely. And let us try to understand one by one different areas. So before going ahead, I just want to discuss some points that why Python is widely used is in industry. It is not like that Python is the only preferred language in industry. Every language has its own importance. If you're considering Java, the banking sector for security purpose, Java is one of the best language and it is widely used, and in future also many parts of the whole banking stream is going to be in Java only. Similarly, C++, many libraries it is going to be there. But why the Python has a huge rising trend? Some important reasons I want to discuss here. So first thing is as readable and maintainable code. Okay, so this is easily understandable. Suppose you are doing a group study, and in that particular suppose you are doing one project and some of your friend is taking care of one particular part, other some people are taking another take care of another part. Like this, a complete project is obviously not handled by one single person, it is distributed among many. So what happens, I have written one code, and when I will share to my next team group, that time if the code is readable, that it will be easy for them to understand and modify according to their environment. So readable is one of the important thing, and maintainable. Like suppose version changed, then the modifications needed to convert from one particular version code to another is not that much uh, change is required in case of Python. So maintainability is also one very important and powerful point. Okay, like for example, if you are having experience in working with Java, I know many ICSE CBSE courses Java was there as compulsory part. So like if you are having little idea, then you know that you have to define the data type. And here the one of the most powerful part in Python is you no need to specify the data type explicitly. In during interpretation it can understand what is the data type you want to give. Like suppose consider list you are taking. In fact, in Java, list is separate collection, and in Python, it is like normal data type. So if you are considering Java there, if you are defining list, one particular data type you can pass while defining that particular structure, and that only you can put as elements of that particular list. But in Python, in a list, you can put string also, double or float, like this floating point number also, then integer also, and like this. Okay, so this is obviously one important point. And like this what I discussed, like a dynamically typed language, we no need to specify the data type like integer or long, like that. Then automatic memory management, this is obviously the point. Like suppose if you are considering again Java, for defining integer values only, there were several data types: integer, then short, then long, then byte. All these took different amount of space in memory, but Python takes care of all those things, so you no need to worry about that. And I can share one experience of this happened to with me during placement time, that in Python actually integer has no limit. You know, like you can uh, give a huge value. Like in Java, if you are defining the variable as integer, that time you cannot go after a certain range, then you have to use long. But in Python for integer there is no such restriction. So actually what happened while giving the exam for HSBC company on campus placement, they asked for factorial code, which is very easy code. But that time I preferred Java, and I just studied Python in first semester like you. And then apart from projects part, I mostly prefer Java for competitive programming and placement process mostly. So what happened that in Java, if you do 40 factorial, so you just think that the number will be obviously very big, 40 into 39 like that. So the data type problem was there, and even long cannot just store that much big data type. So in Java, for that, either you code some different way, or else what you can do, there is big int, a big integer class is there separately to handle those kind of big integer related calculations. But if you are working in Python, then no need to worry about that. So I had to just quickly switch from Java to Python when I understood that there are some hidden test case where 40 factorial, like some big values are there. So like this, it will help you in these cases in placement process also, obviously. Anyway, so in industry, this is one of the major point why Python is used. Then the thing is that like pseudo coding, like this is just I have put as joke only. Like if you have done programming in some platform, then in competitive programming, first we think the pseudo code, and when you write some Python programming, and if you compare with Java or some other language, it will appear that Python is like pseudocode only. It is not like much huge difference is there. If then right, so syntax is also kind of very simple to understand, like English language, right? And this is one of the very powerful and important feature which I want to highlight. I am sure that you might have appeared this, that negative indexing. Negative indexing in array is very rare feature in other programming language which Python supports. And for iteration purpose throughout our array or list or maybe huge set of data, it is very useful. If I want from backward traversal, that time it is going to help us by a huge amount. Like I can just give you one small example. If you are working in Java and suppose palindrome checking question comes, that time what you can do, you define one empty string. Either you can use two pointer approach or anyhow. So one pointer will start from backward, one pointer will start from beginning of the string, and you compare whether each characters are same or not, so from starting and ending side, and then you compare. But as Python has facility of negative indexing, you can simply put colon colon -1 and reverse the complete string, and you can simply compare. So this is just one small example. Obviously this is not industry level example, but I want to say that this is a very important feature which Python has, which other language lacks, right? So this is what is that. Then the thing is that this is another very important feature, that is multiple programming paradigm. So can anyone tell me if you have idea about what is the meaning of this word paradigm? You can feel free to share. If it is wrong, then also no problem. Just I am asking your thoughts if you know, or else I will explain. No worry. Yes, anyone? Okay, right, no problem. So paradigm is like how you write your programming. In simple words, I can say, mostly in Python we follow functional programming, but there is object-oriented programming. Oops, concepts also there. Like same thing. Like if you have done already Java in your schools. Why I am highlighting Java again and again or comparing, because I know that in school level Java and C++, both these are covered mostly. I am not considering state level like state boards, because I am from state board and I know that in state board this programming facility recently introduced. All right, no problem. So like there are two types of writing your program. One is functional programming. You write your program function wise, whenever required you call your function, like that simple way. Another one is object oriented programming. That time class objects comes into picture. If I want to make the whole idea very simple of oops, like you can understand like this. Suppose you want to build a house, so house is the real world entity, so it is called object. Then to create house, there is some blueprint, right? Suppose you want to create your kitchen here, you want to create your study room here, bedroom here, washroom here, like that. And using one single blueprint, you can create actually multiple houses. So that blueprint you can consider like class, and using one class you can create multiple objects. And like you, when you create your house, you create on some land, right? So that land you can consider like heap. Heap is a space in memory, and heap also data structure is also there, very important management. And there is one stack, which basically like when you are building your house, you have to make that registered in corporation, right? Similarly here, stack is keeping main pointers, all those things. And if you make that null, then your data will be garbage collected, like that. Oops concept is there, I am not going that detail. Anyway, so multiple programming paradigm means Python supports both both object oriented and structural programming fully. Like features of Java is also present, and if you want you can go with like structure programming. And in industry it is a very flexible feature, because some people are from object oriented background, some are from structure. So uh, just combining both groups is very easy in Python. Okay, right. Then robust standard library. This is very powerful feature in Python. Like there are thousands of library to make our life easier. You consider NumPy, you consider pandas. There are many. I just cannot end the list if the list will go. And all this has its own importance. Okay, so like I just want to give you one small demo that how powerful the library is in Python. So here I am using Colab for writing my code. Just I will write a small code, and I want to show you how using 3 lines or 4 lines of code, what we can make very big thing. So first I will install one package. Is it visible?
Yes, Mukherjee.
Yes, okay. Right. So I am installing one package which is Google. Okay. So what I will do, I will like Google search engine, how powerful is this? And within just 3 lines, how we can create in Python the same. I am just going to show you. So first installation is done. Then query. What query we want to search? And I will write that query later. Query, you have to pass a string, and then for I in, the function is search. Search is the function. This is inbuilt. Okay. So first you have to pass the query which you want to search, and then like whenever you search something in internet, what happens? There are multiple web pages, multiple links come appear in that front page, right? Depending on eigenvalue, actually it appears in backend. If you study application of differential and difference equation, then there is one lab experiment on that also. So what happens that here first the links will come, and from where you want to take that link, whether from the first link you want to go or from second link, like that start part you have to define. So just I am specifying start part, and maybe 0 from the beginning only we want to go. Each time I want to make pause of 2, so each search will go with pause of 2. And suppose first 10 result of search I want to get, so stop 10, and then I want to print whatever search I am getting, print I, and that's all. This makes our complete search engine. So you just think how much easy this is. Okay, so I just want to show you something. Maybe I can search VIT. Okay, so query VIT, and then, or okay, right, so print I, or I in search query post to name search is not defined. Okay, let me check for this. Search is not defined. Why this is happening? Query start pause stop, and just 1 second. Requirement already set it. Okay, sorry, I have not imported the search package. Here I have to import that. So whenever you are installing something, then the particular function which you want to use, then you have to first import that in your current directory. And then if I run, so top 10 result, whatever it will start, see http:/vit in. So I will just click on this and see it is loading. So the current page I can go see vit Vellore Institute of Technology, like this it is appearing. Okay, so basically the thing is that which I wanted to show you, that using this simple line. So this is the power of Python robust libraries. Okay, so this is just I wanted to show you to make you awake so that this kind of situation will not appear. Okay, right. So anyway, so coming to the next important point, it is compatible with major platforms and system. Very, very important. So what happens that it is not like that you make one code and send to customer or your client. What you have to do, you have to uh, go through some chain of components or branches of your IT system in practical scenario. So like I can tell you, you have written one code, and then that code cannot be burned into some embedded system. Maybe you are considering Raspberry Pi or something, or some platform you want to send to next part, but it is not accepting that language, then that will be a problem. But Python is such a language which is supported by major platforms. Okay, like many things you can do using that, and the chain will go very smooth way. Like if you are writing any code in MATLAB, that time what happens, that MATLAB itself is not a open source like language I can say, or software, whatever you say. And then you have written the code in MATLAB. Even there is MATLAB inbuilt app to convert your code to C or some other language, but then also it will be not supported by many packages, its inbuilt functions. But for Python, this is one of the biggest advantage, that it will support in many different platforms. Then many open source framework and tools. So these frameworks and tools will help you to create desktop guided user interface or apps. Like when you are deploying your project to some client, you are said, suppose IBM is your client, IBM has given you some project, and then you have written your code and you are giving the raw code to IBM will not at all accept that. What IBM will tell you, I require such code which client can easily operate. Okay, and client is someone who has no technical idea, so you have to make that as simple as possible. So guided user interface you have to create, or you can create apps also. Now there is problem with apps also. What problem? Like you have made one application, suppose that is, you have tried to optimize in a great amount, time complexity, space complexity, everything you have tried to take care of. Then also the app goes 12 MB, and the client, what the client has to do, he or she has to just download from Play Store or some other server. But then also the client is not accepting that. The client is telling, no, my mobile has not that much storage capacity. So that time what you have to do, you have to create web app. So what we'll do in web app, you just go to that URL, use some login credentials, some authentication will happen using one-time password or something, use that web app in your own way. So like that cloud level, if you want to go, then Python is very helpful. Right. Then next thing is simplify complex software development. Like if you are considering some after some years in future, what will happen, that artificial intelligence will become a compulsory thing in almost all the domains. So artificial intelligence is a very vast domain. Inside this, many things comes: machine learning, data science, computer vision, data analysis. I will discuss about that, some idea I will try to give. And natural language processing, that is what, like when you are using voice search in YouTube, you just click on voice search button and you tell something, YouTube give you that particular suggestion video or whatever you are searching. In Google also this facility is available. So what is happening, that whatever you are telling, the computer is understanding, and then first voice, that is speech to text conversion is happening, and then it is doing searching operation, all those things. And natural language processing is useful in sentiment analysis also. Like how I can say, Like I am telling I am happy, this is a positive word. But suppose I am telling about one Amazon product, I am giving this review, the product is not good, so this is a negative word. Now when you are giving some review in Amazon product, then it is not possible that thousands reviews will be tested by a particular employee who is sitting at the back end in Amazon. He or she is working as employee. So what will happen, the work has to be automated. So what sentiment is hidden inside a sentence, that thing machine has to understand. That will come in natural language processing part. So all these things sounds very difficult. Oh my god, this is rocket science or something. No, actually, like I have shown you how making a search engine is easy, like just 4 lines of codes. Suppose one person don't know what is actually happening in backend, then also he or she no need to think much. Here just need to know what inbuilt function is there and your job is done. So this makes a non-technical person who is not that much sound about technology or actual algorithm working behind that, for those person also the work Python is trying to make as simple as possible. And these things also, believe me, very easy. If you are investing your 3 months of maybe holidays when you will be getting, then you can learn a lot, maybe using some internship or online course, whatever. So like just watch this video. Again, this is for like take as fun. It is not like that I want to show that Java is not at all used compared to Python, but yes, the scenario is kind of that only, this video only. So I hope you have understood what is happening. Like in Java, what you have to write thousands lines of code, you have to show your skills, see this, that, many optimization you have done, and in the backend, Python developers has done that, and you are just implementing that, and the job is done. But I am not telling that the Java is not used in company, or you should not know the backend part. Obviously, if you know, that is well and good. If you know the mathematics behind artificial intelligence, obviously it will be a lot helpful compared to that person who is just simply using the libraries. Obviously, it is great to go with that. Okay. Now the thing is that obviously with some advantages, disadvantage will come. So we have seen why industry is using Python. Many points we have covered. Overall, it makes whole process very simple. But when you are getting some advantage, you have to pay something. And can anyone want to share something, that what is one of the or some major disadvantage of Python, or what is the problem that industry cannot completely go to Python way? Anyone, any idea, any view?
Sir, it is slow.
Correct, correct, very good, exactly. Python is slower than many other language. So who gave this answer?
Soumil Agarwal.
Shomil. Okay, so Shomil or anyone want to share some idea that why this is slow? It will be great then. Like you have gone the
Sir,
correct way.
because it is an interpreter and read line by line codes.
Yes, correct. That's the point. That is, Python is in interpreter and line by line execution it does when you are running the code. But compared to other languages, not all language obviously, those which are compiler based. So what happens that compiler, well, first you compile the code and it converts the whole code line by line to machine understandable part, and then when you run the code, just that particular machine understandable part is there executed. As a result, it just makes the whole process very fast. Okay, so this happens that my code is running slow. Why? Python? Yes. So you can understand that this is one of the major reason that this has some drawback and industry has to face this. Because I am telling you that you might think that what is that problem in 1 second or 1 millisecond? It will not affect that much, right? It seems, but the customers will not be satisfied. Like I am giving you one practical example. You searched something in the internet and you opened 3 links simultaneously in 3 new tabs. Now the tab which opened first, that is which appeared first, took less loading time, that you will go, and suppose in that particular web page only your requirement is fulfilled. Now what happens in that other 2 web page which took more time for loading, you will close that simply because your requirement is fulfilled. Now what happens, this kind of thing, if it happens continuously, this will be a huge loss for that company who is providing those web pages which is taking more time to load. So you have to think that business respect, that like I can tell you, like somewhere I studied that if it takes 10 seconds extra time to load, then for one page some 1,000 rupees per client or per customer one particular company loses. Like I am giving you one example. You want to buy one course in Udemy, you searched 3 new links opened, you opened all those 3 in 3 new tabs. One tab opened and you just like did page which took less time to load, you just went and checked that review is very nice, and the person has also covered almost all the courses, advanced topics after completing this VIT course, whatever you have done. Suppose you want to further study, then you have searched and you have seen that that particular course has fulfilled all your criteria, so you will be purchasing that course. It might happen that you will not go to other 2 Udemy products on Python course. It might happen that those two has more potential than that one which you just purchased. So like this customer loss is happening, and this is a huge disadvantage of Python in industry level application. Now let's go to application. So like first I covered why industry is using Python, what are some like what is the major disadvantage of Python, and now let's go to industry level application. So before going, I want to tell you one more thing, that Python has one more disadvantage, but this is like different people will suggest different things. But what I have seen from my personal experience or whatever you say, that Python security part is lesser than Java. So in banking application or where more security is required, all those things, then Java is slightly less more preferred than Python. So the security aspect also, if you're considering, then Python preference is decreased compared to some other programming language. And there is one more disadvantage is there with Python, that how can I say, 1 second, like yeah, it will be, I guess it will be little bit higher for you to understand, but I will try my best. Like big data is technology is there, so big data is huge volume of data, it is coming in a very high rate. Suppose if you consider YouTube, per second millions of videos are uploaded throughout the world, like, so this particular data is a huge volume. So what happens, Python cannot handle this kind of huge volume of data because it is not created for cluster computing. So cluster computing is nothing but distributing your work to several computers, compute them, and then finally gather the result. Kind of divide and conquer, I can say. It will come in data structure algorithm course. If you will study in your university, obviously you will be getting some flavor of that. So these are some disadvantage of Python, but still the advantages are far more than disadvantage. So yeah, it is okay to pay for it. So most common application I am trying to cover, which might build interest in you also. First thing is AI. So this is the future, I can say, in obviously IT industry at least, and in almost all every field. If you are considering civil engineering, mechanical engineering, obviously electronics and communication engineering, electrical engineering, everywhere this AI is coming. Somehow at some place they are trying to introduce AI, not only in course respect, in industry respect, I am telling. So artificial intelligence is a broad domain. So and machine learning is a small subset of that. I can say like this way: if you are considering artificial intelligence as physics, machine learning is Newton's law. So what happens using Newton's law? You are solving some particular problems, like suppose one ball you are just allowing to come down from top of the hill or top of the maybe roof, whatever. So like that, some particular problems you are solving using Newton's law. Similarly, artificial intelligence is not Newton's law, it is a big domain, and machine learning is like Newton's law, which is a particular part of subset of artificial intelligence, which try to uh, make certain predictions which is going to happen in future. Obviously it is not like astrology or astronomy, something like that. I will cover what is that. So how we do normal programming, we get a question, we try to think about the approach, we write the logic, we get the output. So the thing is that you can consider like this: we are passing input via some system. The system is the programming which we are writing in Python, Java, MATLAB, whatever, and we are taking the output. But in machine learning, you can think like this. It is obviously not 100% correct, but it will occur like this: you pass input and output, and you will try to get the logic. The logic the machine will try to make, and that logic you are going to use for future prediction. So this is not obviously whole explanation of machine learning, but I hope it will give you some sense, right? So artificial intelligence, in simple words, I can say it allow machine to think. Machine will think something and make certain conclusion like a human brain do, and machine learning is subset of that. So AI is a discipline and machine learning is a specific way of solving AI problems. And you can understand that it is not obviously whole AI. Many things, deep learning is there, advanced image processing also even comes under this, advanced signal processing also come under artificial intelligence, which might not come under machine learning. Then, as I have told you, that you have some data, you pass via some system, you get some information. This information will be some rules, and using that you will try to predict the future. Okay, and here actually input and output both we pass via the system, and we try to get the logic which can be used for future. Like I can tell you one simple example. Forget about everything, just consider this example. Suppose I am a middle class person, and really I am, so there is nothing, no problem to say that. So here, suppose my history of purchasing some food or ordering some food in some online sources like this, some coffee, cold coffee, banana, milkshake, oranges, maybe some drinks, soft drinks, obviously, cold drinks, not no need to think the bad way. So all these things if I purchase, and this is my normal pattern, and someday I am purchasing a very costly car, then what happens that this is quite awkward, right? Like according to my purchasing history, it is possible that I might purchase one car from some online source, but the trend, according to the trend, it is kind of outlier. It is somewhat very different from my rest of the history of my ordering things in internet. So machine will try to understand, okay, something fishy is happening here, something problem is happening here, and this helps a lot. Just this is one example. This might help in credit card fraud detection also. This is a very huge part of industry. Many companies are working on this particular part, credit card fraud detection. Based on your purchasing history, they just try to estimate whether this much purchasing is possible by a person or not, and obviously their age, their income, annual income, many things are considered, not only purchasing history. Then coming to handwritten digit recognition, very important application. So now we write hello world using keyboard. Suppose one day it comes some technology where you are writing hello world by your pen, and computer is converting that complete hello world to one writing language. Then you just think that the typing, it means how much rapid it will become. You are just writing something and it is becoming the computer understandable character. Like here M is written like handwritten way, computer understanding, okay, this is M and it is writing. So handwritten digit recognition is another very important part of AI, and here Python only used. Obviously you can use other language like MATLAB, but the thing is, again, MATLAB will not be accepted by company because it is not open source. If company has to company, if suppose I am providing you two things, one is has zero cost and another one is 1,20,000 or 1,50,000 rupees for purchasing only, then obviously I will prefer that one. And if the quality of the outcome is also same, then why not choosing Python over other language which is not open source? But obviously MATLAB is widely used in research areas because the language MATLAB is more like easier, I can say, than Python. If you are getting a little bit habituated, you will understand that MATLAB is easier than Python. So research or scientists who are not that much interested in programming, they sometimes prefer MATLAB also, or other language like R is also, they are very powerful. And in VIT you will be getting opportunity to learn, already you learned Python, you will be getting opportunity to learn R in your statistics for engineer course. And then throughout your VIT electronics and communication engineering, MATLAB will be there as your friend philosopher guide. And almost all courses in communication engineering, it will be there. So you will be learning lots of things. Apart from all this, Java, if you want, you can learn as extra point because it will be helpful in placement time, right? So there is one trap. Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, no.
Yeah. So up to what you are like you were able to connect with me?
You just started the trap.
Yeah, okay. So the trap is that thinking this way that Python has inbuilt library. So solving one business problem using Python is like one inputting one some packages and doing that. It is not like that. If you just consider this particular use case, Google Translator, then here actually 5 to 6 different models is working simultaneously. You are taking photo. So first, suppose this particular logo it want to convert to some other language, exit in Hindi, nikash or something. So the point is that first thing, the from this image identifying the part or region of interest, this will be handled by one machine learning model. Then next step is understanding the language. This exit, this one is in English, right? So this particular language will be taken, language understanding will be taken care of by one machine learning model. Then another machine learning model will use for conversion from English to Hindi or English to whatever language you want. Then putting that on that image, see here you can see that the translated one is superimposed on the actual text. So this is taken care of by another model. So like this, multiple models are working simultaneously for one product. So this time it is not going to be easy job. And not only this, there are several scenarios where machine learning model will make we can go very complex. Like if you are considering Gmail, auto response is there. Like when you have received mail from someone, you might see that some suggestions are coming to reply directly. You just click on that and you can send, and that will be sent as reply. So the thing is that what Gmail is doing, it is trying to understand what is written in mail. And this is sequence to sequence modeling again come in picture. What is sequence to sequence? Like each text has to be decoded. Like, are you using an algorithm to reply to my emails? Suppose I have sent this to some person. That time the machine learning algorithm which is working in backend, it has to understand text by text, and then it has to understand the sentiment or meaning, and then it will create the reply. The auto reply is a great product, and if you just think how complex the backend algorithm might go, thousands of English words are there. Okay, so machine is predicting. So all these things is taken care of at the back end, and all these things again are done mostly in Python. Mostly, not the whole part in Python. One product development, one part is maybe done in Python, some other part may be done in some other language. Finally, when you are combining all of them, that will be a very difficult job, obviously, because combining different models, different languages is not an easy task. And then speech to text conversion, as I have discussed, it is again a very important product where Python has used. Just I am showing examples, so if you are interested in these domains, you can explore along with your course curriculum which is taught in your university. And then see this challenge. Suppose the challenge is identifying the simple room cleaner, washer, like that. So now see, this is a dog, and this is a, like used for washing the room. Now the thing is that how much less difference is there. Now the identification algorithm should be very accurate, and here you can understand that 100% accuracy cannot be achieved. So these are some huge challenges which is faced by machine learning, computer vision things. There are many things to confuse the machine learning model, because this is not human brain. We are trying to replicate human brain in this domain, but not exactly 100%. It is not possible to achieve. Then coming to chatbot. Chatbot again is a very powerful product which is again can be easily built using Python programming language. So if you are considering Amazon Alexa or Siri or Google Assistant, or in your website, in many website also nowadays auto reply chatbot they have attached, because it is, you just try to understand, for solving your queries, if I am keeping one particular person, sales department, then I have to give him or her a huge amount of money per month. But if it is replaced by chatbot, obviously not 100% answer can be given by chatbots. Some parts, most of the queries, if the chatbot is able to give, then it will be helpful for company in saving the money. So in chatbot powered with Python or some other language, but mostly again here Python is used. Uh, in any website nowadays, they are trying to introduce this thing, and this makes a company huge profit. And what happened, that when this particular domain was explored, many companies came up that they are telling, you tell your website, we will create chatbot for you. You no need to think even that for you no need to think about creating chatbot. I will be creating chatbot, some third party, they will create chatbot and they will deploy it in your website if required. So like that, this much advanced thing you can do using Python in future as extra component if you want to go. Then coming to big data. See, data is the oil. You can understand like this: oil is valuable, we know all. Countries are fighting among them for oil, and soon, after some years, companies, nowadays companies, and after some years countries again will fight for data. I hope you all have seen or got the news about WhatsApp recent data update. So see, every problem is related to data. If you are having data, huge amount of good data, then you can do many things. You can destroy a big company, or you can just make huge profit for one particular company. This is the power of data. It is like as much valuable as oil. Okay, and this big data domain is a very important domain, and companies are hiring IT industries. And like, big data is not only for IT industries. I am telling you, with respect to electronics and communication engineering, if you just try to think in
5G and some higher generations, what is happening, that the bandwidth is like increased, and they are trying to send huge amount of data per second. So what happens, the data volume goes to gigabytes like that. Now you just think, per second, if gigabytes of data is coming, to analyze those data, to monitor those data, to store that data, to maintain those data, something is required, some language is required. Obviously one human manually cannot do that. So there is huge importance of Python. Their Java is also used widely in this domain. Like if you're considering Hadoop is one of the most important platform, and or Talend is there. Mostly these are built on Java, but again Python has its own importance in this domain also. If I just want to summarize some more important points of big data, you can easily understand there is 4V: volume, variety, velocity, veracity. These, if these four are present, then you can conclude that okay, this problem is a big data problem. Excel column, 3 rows and 5 columns, this cannot be concluded as a big data problem. No big data engineer required for this particular part. The data should be having huge volume, terabytes, petabytes of data. Okay, one single computer cannot handle that. Multiple computers, one single chunk of data will be stored into multiple computers into small parts. Like I can give you one simple example how big data computation happens. Suppose if you have went to our library, you know that how much big it is, and I am telling you count all the books present in the library. Okay, you have to count manually. Now I am telling one single person to do this job, and I am taking 4 of my friends, and I am telling my one of my friend that you count all the books, how many books are there in the first floor. Another friend, you count how many books are there in the second floor. I am telling another friend how many books are there in the third floor. Like that, I am assigning for each floor, I am assigning one friend, and then after everyone's counting is over, I am accumulating all those results, summing them up. So this is like big data approach, dividing one bigger work into small tasks and then computing, otherwise it is going to take huge time. So volume is one of the important part. Then variety. Big data is not like that only string type data or only numerical data or only some particular data type data will come. Different forms of data, image data, video data. If you are considering website or maybe social media, Facebook, text coming, images coming, videos coming, audios coming, many forms of data coming, right? In LinkedIn. Okay, and this is my suggestion also, that all of you go through, create one LinkedIn account and active in that part. Obviously in your free time you can explore a lot of new things, because most of the educated people not never post some random things like you get in Instagram or Facebook. There you will be getting something which will be helpful to improve your knowledge part. So if you explore those social media, there are also multiple forms of data comes. So this is called variety. So a variety of data coming, we have to handle that. Then velocity. Velocity means what? It will be having some speed. Speed, data having speed means, I can say like this way, YouTube live video streaming is happening. Data is continuously coming, right? Then suppose I am sending message to someone, okay, continuously it is going, so it is having some velocity part. And then veracity. Veracity means uncertainty of data. What is that? That is, I am, suppose one Amazon product is there, I am giving fake review that this product is awesome, very nice, you should use this, like that I am writing. But actually the product is very bad. After using one day only, it broke, it just damaged. So this is called this is having less certainty, whatever I am commenting, like that. Suppose one, I am telling bank robbery happened, okay, so bank robbery happened and actually it has not happened, so police appeared there, and this is just misuse of resource, right? So veracity should be there, like this. Many data engineering team is there which is taking care of this particular sector. Okay, so big data, all these things, if you are considering one particular use case has all this property, then obviously that will be a big data problem. Then why Python for big data? as I have discussed, there are multiple libraries, pandas, numpy, widely used for matrix computation and statistics. You can easily do. Scikit-learn is there to make machine learning job very simple, highly compatible with Hadoop for cluster computing. And then data visualization, multiple libraries are there. Like in first semester, I hope you have gone through MATLAB basic course in, I guess, calculus for engineers. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes. So there you just simply write PLOT for plotting something, and different patterns you can plot. Similarly, here in Python, there is not obviously simple like MATLAB, simple PLOT. You have to just import matplotlib and some and when you want, once you imported, the job is like same like MATLAB, only that much simple. So visualization is very simple. Once you can visualize the data, you can do something, you can extract some information from that, from visualization. Then large community support, this is very important part. I can give you one simple example. Suppose you are writing your you are doing your project in Python, and suppose SAD has given you one assignment, and this assignment as project component you are doing, and SAD has told that every person will do in different language. So what will happen? The thing will go like this, that one particular person can help other person from algorithm point of view, but not programming point of view. But suppose sir is telling that this is a Python assignment, you have to do in Python. Then you class 10, suppose 50 or 60 or 70, whatever, 50, 60, 70 students are doing in Python. So what actually happening, that I am not inspiring, I am not telling that CR your digital assignment or anything. The thing is that you will be having some support, or you can get some help or hint from some other people, and this makes a major difference with Python and other language. Just I tried to relate with practical scenario. So what happens, as Python is widely used by huge amount of people, so suppose somewhere you stuck, you can search in internet. Stack Overflow is there, especially Geeks for Geeks is a very well organized platform is there. There is very rare other language for which you can get this much huge amount of support. So large community support is very important for Python. One person can can help other person. So this is very helpful for making one project which is not at all implemented earlier, right? Some new products development, it is going to be helpful. I got some idea, I cannot implement. You know the code, I am sharing with you. You can help me in writing that. So this is how a community builds up and everything happens in industry. Obviously not for free, right? Something has to be given, then only. Then comes the data science. Again, like I have told you, machine learning requires data. Without data, it will not work. I have told about big data. Big data, I hope, have given some essence to you what is big data domain, and Python has wide variety of libraries which can be helpful in that. And in the data science is a new field which uses data, machine learning, artificial intelligence, everything to make life easier and to make business intelligence, to improve the business. This is data science, everything about data. So in the data science process, there are multiple stages. First is data accumulation. So in from different uh, sources, you have to take the data. I am giving one simple example. VIT has many branches. In Vellore, one branch is there. In Chennai, one branch is there. In Amravati, one branch is there. Now it has their own databases. Okay, suppose salary database of employees. Faculties will be getting their salary at the end of the month. Now what happens? Different databases are there. Sometime it might require to make all these things centralized. Okay, the bank which is sending the salary or some employee information to other, okay, whatever required. So gathering data from VIT Amravati, VIT Bhopal, VIT Chennai, VIT Vellore. So you are gathering in a single storage part. From different databases, you are accumulating in a single part. Like this data accumulation, it is not like that from database you are accumulating. It might happen that it is live streaming. How I can say? Simple, YouTube comments. I am commenting something, you are commenting something, some other person is commenting something, they are accumulated in the YouTube comment section. Suppose you want to analyze the comment section, all the comments, and you want to understand how the video is. Now you manually cannot read one by one comments. So what will happen? You do the data accumulation, you do web scraping. What is web scraping? I will be telling later. Taking data from web part, and there also Python helps. So accumulating data is first part of data science, where Python libraries are helpful. Taking data, gathering data from internal, external sources, right? Then data wrangling. What it does, it basically makes the messy data good. When you are filling some Google form, it might happen some particular parts are not made at start, not compulsory. So you might fill, you might not fill. So what will happen when the response will be collected? There will be some blank values will be present. This is just, I am telling one scenario of missing values. There might be multiple reasons of having missing values. Suppose you are forming one form that is hard copy. That time one particular information you don't know, so you just keep that as blank. So this is called missing data. And incorrect data also might happen. Suppose I am telling my age is minus 106 years. Impossible. Even 106 years is also impossible. In normal human being average, I can consider as 80, 90, whatever. I am not a biology person, so I don't know, but I am just telling that okay, I can agree up to 100 years. But suppose one person is telling have filled his in his form age 200 years, impossible data. This might happen, that incorrect data coming many way. Instead, one male person is writing Mrs. Ramesh Bhattacharya, impossible, like this. So this kind of inconsistent data has to be handled, or else every analysis will go wrong way. Then exploratory data analysis, very important part. When you will be taking the statistics for engineers course, this particular part you will be getting a flavor. Okay, many statistical things we do, statistical test, t-test, f-test, chi-square test, many tests are there. And I guess if you are first semester, then calculus for engineers, once it is get over, you can take that course also, because statistics for engineers prerequisite is calculus for engineers, right? So what happens that suppose two data is coming, one is height in centimeter, another thing is height in inches. No meaning in keeping both data, it is unnecessary. I am allocating my storage, and storage is very much expensive. Okay, so I should not keep those data which are not valuable to me. Suppose I am telling one ID some person is filling, and somewhere ticket number has to be given, and each person has unique ticket number. Now this unique ticket number might not be helpful in some particular business use case. Like I can say your ticket number might not helpful in predicting your annual salary. Just I am telling as example. What can decide your annual salary? Your designation, your post, your experience, your qualification, okay, your previous industry experience, what complete project you have done, all this. What is your employee ID, VIT, Gmail ID? All these things are not required to predict those things, salary or like that. So those exploratory data analysis we will do in data science third stage. Then next things comes modeling. Here simply machine learning we implement. Okay, machine learning, machine will try to understand some particular model will implement. There are thousands of models. Supervised learning is there, unsupervised machine learning is there. Okay, I will try to cover, but I will not go in that depth, because again it will just simply take huge time, and I cannot wrap up that thing. So here in this particular part, machine learning will appear. And then deployment. As I have told you, you created your machine learning model, or you have written one Python code, you are sending to me. Suppose I am the customer, I have no Python environment to run the code. What I want an app, or I want some web app, at least some link where I can put something and I can get the outcome. Like that deployment part is also very useful. So this is nothing but data science process, and in each stage Python is useful. Actually, from the first stage to the last stage, you can do complete project in Python without support of any other language, because the deployment part also can be handled by Python. There is different what I can say functions, libraries, packages are there, Flask, Django, many things are there using which you can do very quickly. Using some lines of code, you can deploy your project. Then coming to computer vision. What is computer vision? Can anyone share any idea, at least observing this picture or from the name computer vision? Anyone, anything like what you want to say related to? Okay, no problem. So computer vision is just giving the computer one human eye. I can simply say like this. There are several algorithms which try to take information from images, videos, and make some decision. This domain is computer vision. Like in COVID situation, if you are not wearing mask, you are not allowed to enter. One human being is handling this particular part. Okay, you have kept one human person at the gate, and you have given him or her the responsibility to check whether every person is wearing that or not. And you can automate that the same way that if you are wearing mask, then only gate will be opened, else gate will not open. So just think, you are just saving your industry money. Instead of putting that for a person, you are using automation to do that. And in Python, it is some lines of code. Then hand gesture recognition. Hand gesture recognition is a very simple project which I think by the end of your BTech degree, surely in somewhere you will be applying in some project, because this is a very common project using gestures. That is, you try to show something, especially for disabled people. It is very useful tool or product, I can say. Just one demo I am showing here. I have used MATLAB, but you can do the same thing in Python also. So here, this is my processing area. When nothing is showing, it was showing hello world. And if I am just showing my 5 fingers, it is showing 5. If I am showing no fingers, it is showing 0. And one like this handwritten gesture. And based on this gesture, what you can do, you might think that is this useless? No, there are many things you can do. Touchless operation, many command you can give using some hand gestures. Maybe some robot control you can do. Okay, all these things, it can be implemented using hand gesture. Then contrast enhancement. Winter time, fog is appearing, especially if you are staying in north side, I like Delhi or somewhere. Then I hope it is a common scenario, not this kind of beautiful scenario. Obviously, some polluted scenario you might see. The thing is that the visibility is very less. Now, suppose you are testing some driverless car, okay, or self-driving car. Then the self-driving car will detect object, maybe some radar system or lidar or something else. The thing is that the visibility should be increased. So then image processing, advanced image processing, computer vision will come, which can be done using some lines of Python code. And see, contrast is enhanced in this case. Just I am showing one demo like this. Here, see, visibility is very less. Using contrast enhancement, we can do at least somewhat improvement is happening, right? This much is sufficient maybe for that particular system, right? Then object detection, very important. Like here, if you just watch this video, human being, okay, then vehicles are detected and they are just surrounded with boundary box. I can show you. See, this is happening in real time. Some camera is fitted, and it is detecting those human beings. And again, some lines of Python programming. Just you can explore in internet. Thousands of YouTube videos are available. You can just go through that, some understanding, some background experience, and you can do. So where this can be useful in COVID time, with respect to COVID time, I am explaining. Suppose some particular amount of distance has to be maintained, right? In every situation, this should happen. Now, if you are not maintaining that, suppose with your one of your close friend, you are walking, and that time you are not maintaining the safe distance, camera will detect that automatically, and it might alert to your mobile phone like that IoT system can be formed. Okay, and obviously the camera has to be fitted throughout the roads, multiple cameras, multiple angles has to be captured, and the data volume will be obviously also very high. But just think this way, that how much real time the project is working. This is capturing real time, this is taking images from different angles, live streaming happening, processing happening within fraction of second, it is sending to your mobile phone message. So all these things in backend, again Python optimized libraries are there to do this. Okay, obviously IoT part some other languages or support might require, but majority part can be done using Python. Okay, then image, what I can say, changing image some way, like beauty app. I don't know whether some of you have used or not in Instagram, different filters, changing the faces, what will happen in future, or how will I look in my older days, or how if my face will be if I was girl, like that different apps are present, and all these things are some lines of code in Python. Neural network, a several subject is there, artificial neural network, convolutional neural network will come in this part, and convolution is the basic part in this whole many projects actually in computer vision, I can say. And in EC also convolution has its own importance, starting from system, linear time invariant system modeling, predicting output, to image processing, signal, advanced signal processing, everywhere you are going to use convolution. So when you will be studying signals and systems, first you will be getting in touch with convolution, or might be in applied application of differential and differential equation in mathematics course. So go through that topic very carefully, because in future courses, whether you are taking communication system or network theory, everywhere in each piece it might be helpful. Fourier transform, all those things is used here in the backend, right? Then recommendation system you can build within 5 minutes. Okay, what is recommendation system? You have purchased something in Amazon. Suppose I have purchased bread. Next day, Amazon will recommend butter, because Amazon know that with bread butter is required. Amazon know with bread might jam is required. You have purchased maybe some fruits. Amazon will recommend some that kind of fruit. Okay, dry fruits or like that sort. Okay, so recommendation system is a very important part in improving business, because there is a saying that if I am showing you one particular ad multiple times, then this might happen that you might get interest in purchasing that product. Okay, you have entered in a shopping mall, you have no intention to purchase a product, but you are checking that ad everywhere. Then what will happen? Somewhere in your mind, the intention or desire to buy that product will be generated. This is called recommendation system. Netflix, YouTube. In YouTube, for one video you have checked for one channel, next day when you will open YouTube, some other videos will be recommended belonging to same kind of category. Okay, like that. So this is called recommendation system, very important for business improvement. Netflix also uses the same. You have seen one horror movie, next day it will show some other. You have seen some adventurous movie, or some maybe some particular category, next day like that category it will recommend. So recommendation system, what you are buying based on the similar product, it will recommend, and it will create the desire in you to purchase that product. This is called recommendation system, very powerful and economically very important for IT industry. Here also Python is used, and 5 minutes, within 5 minutes you can create. But to understand what is happening behind the scene, you have to invest your time, 2-3 days it might take to understand the math. Okay, and it is not like that you cannot sustain in industry without math, because no one will ask you mathematics part. But if you know the mathematics part, then it will be useful. You have, there is inbuilt function to apply sorting, but you know bubble sort, you have got one idea. Okay, nice, this is how bubble sort is working. Now bubble sort takes worst case time complexity may go to O of n square, because two for loops we are using. So what will happen, next time you are learning quick sort, merge sort, okay, which are optimized than that. Or you can use Python inbuilt sort, no problem, that internally implements optimization sort. But you have to understand those backend part also, that will improve your interest and knowledge. Obviously, sales and marketing, like the same way I have told you, it can create interest in you to purchase some product. And mall customer segmentation is very important part. Suppose company or the big bazaar near to your home has information your annual income and spending score, that is how much you are spending for purchasing something or doing something online, whatever, okay, online or offline. If the shopping mall has these two information, it has sufficient knowledge about you. Believe me. How? See what it will do. In x-axis it will make, suppose, annual income, and in y-axis it will make spending score. Okay, and then finally what it will do, it will segment you. So if you, these all are individual customers, okay, x-axis y-axis just simply projected. Now you can understand here there are 5 cluster. Cluster is nothing but accumulation of some similar points. You can understand here one cluster, here one cluster, here one cluster, here one cluster, here one cluster. So how it will conclude? So this x-axis is annual income, y-axis is spending score. So this particular person has less annual income and they are spending less. This particular sector of person has less annual income but they are spending more. This particular set of person has more annual income and more spending score. They are incoming more, they are spending more. This has both moderate, and these are like those people who are doing more kind of more annual income but spending less. Okay, so if you can group your customer like this, what will happen? The big bazaar will know that for their business growth, this particular set of customers will be helpful because their annual income is more, they are spending also more, purchasing more. So this particular customer has potential to improve their business. And using Python, you can do this clustering. Now using our eye, we can say that this is one cluster, this is one cluster, this is one cluster, like that. But using programming, we have to do, right? For that, there are several clustering algorithms are there. K-means is there, hierarchical clustering is there, DB-scan is there, density-based clustering with noise handling. Okay, just I am running this video which might be helpful to understand how clustering is happening. Just check. Initially some random points are selected and then it is clustering, and when all the iteration will get over, this is one iterative approach, and once the iteration is over, see, it is not at all hard coded, but Python, this particular program has automatically able to create the cluster. So these all set of customers are belonging to this cluster. These all set of customers are belonging to this cluster. Like that customer segmentation, it is useful. Then gaming, very interesting, right? If your game is one side computer is playing and other side you are playing, obviously most of the time there is a probability that you might fail or lose the game. This might also happen. Just try to play with advanced AI chess game, and if some of you love playing chess, you might see that how the computer is playing, like they can understand what move you are giving from their side. Okay, and they are giving, they are adjusting their moves. You can understand there are millions of possibilities for each move and there are thousands of outcome, but computer able to do that. This, here comes artificial intelligence. Then web scraping, as I have told you. What is web scraping? Web scraping is some website has some data, you are scraping that, means taking that data. So how this can be useful? From website I am directly taking data, how this can be useful for your business? So you can think like this. You have created your own business. Suppose you are selling some products. Now you want to see what Amazon is offering for that particular product on some day, what Flipkart is offering, what some other website Alibaba is offering. So like that, different websites are offering different rate. Now one human person will go to different website and will check, okay, Amazon is offering this much amount, Flipkart is offering this much amount, some other website is offering this much amount. This is not going to happen. This will be time consuming. Rather you can use web scraping. Beautiful soap is there from Python side. What you can do, you can just simply write some piece of code, what are the websites you want to scrap, and using that you can do simply, you can extract the data directly from website. So this is the power of web scraping. Okay, so then banking sector. banking sector is use this particular Python widely. Obviously Java is used in most of the part, but again banking sector also uses Python based on your purchasing status. It might give this kind of discount that okay, if you are buying using Axis Bank debit card or this particular credit card, then you will be getting this much discount on this product. So real time happening, okay, all these things, transaction with banking sector. So backend Python is going to help in AI part, at least for sure, and obviously for web development also. And then the next part is Python necessary for an EC student? Like I have covered industry application of Python, why industry uses, what are some major advantage and disadvantage. Now the question comes, why I am learning Python? I have fundamentals of electronics engineering course, I have ethics and values EVS, I have physics for engineers, I am busy with that course, and Python course came which is belonging some from CS domain. If I am learning MATLAB, that itself is sufficient for EC, right? You might think, but I cannot say it is necessary, like 100% anything for anything. I cannot say it is necessary. I cannot say you must have to study computer communication. But if you are a electronics and communication engineering student, it is not good you only know the physical layer of an OSI model. OSI is a standard model how network communication happens in between different networks. Now there are different layers. Now if you are not taking that particular course, you cannot understand the complete architecture. One particular small part you will be understanding, physical layer, okay, where actual communication happens, where noisy channel you have to take care of, and many things, the communication aspect. But the networking aspect also you should know. Like that, Python, I cannot say you cannot pass the electronics and communication engineering without Python or something like that, but it is important. I can say not necessary but very important, because you might take robotics and automation course provided by VIT, a wonderful course. After sensors and sensor and instrumentation, you can take this course. Now there, if you are working in project, believe me, Python is the best one. Obviously MATLAB is there, but Python has different platform support, so you can use that. Embedded system, Raspberry Pi, Arduino, many things you can just merge with different things and play with Python, very simple way. Okay, then IoT is becoming very popular for wireless technology. Okay, wireless sensor networks are there. Even small project related to IoT need Python. Again here, not exactly Python, like it is not like that only Python is there for IoT. You can use MATLAB, ThinkSpeak or something is there. I forgot the exact name, but you need Python to make your life easy, okay, because it has huge community support. If you are get stuck somewhere, you can easily get help from internet, because many people know this language, which other language has not that much community support. Okay, and last and very important part, placement point. If you are knowing Python, then your placement process will be very smooth, at least for first round. In second round, in interview process, they will be asking you Java concept. They may ask, may not ask, depending on interviewer. But in the first round, for many companies, if you are if your powerful language is Python, if you have this mindset that I will be doing programming using Python, then it will be, you can easily get placed in campus. Now you might say that why I will require Python in written round, because I am a code engineering student, so I will not be sitting in software companies, right? But the thing is that if you are planning to be get placed from the first semester itself, I am telling in the beginning journey of your life that it is not easy to get placed in any company, and it is not so hard also. But getting placed in a core company is harder than getting placed in a software company, because in software company there will be more opportunities will be there, but in core companies the opportunities will be there. It is not like that no opportunities will be there, but it will be lesser than the software placement. And what will happen, that master degree students will, when you will compete with a master degree student, na, that time if you are giving interview, you are equally good with one master degree student, but master degree student has gone more deeper in that particular domain. So it might happen that particular person will get priority. Again, this depends on company. There is nothing to get demotivated or something. What I am telling, that don't lose the or don't just get in touch with Python. It will be surely helpful at some point, maybe in projects also. If you are doing higher studies, then also it will be helpful. Okay, because in many subjects, wherever you are using MATLAB, there you can use Python. So this is what I wanted to discuss from industry point of view and projects, and what are some applications, and I hope some essence of industry application you are able to get from this discussion. Yeah, that's all, guys. Thank you for staying with me. I don't know how much I was able to deliver, but if you have got some essence, if you get some interest in AI or maybe some other domain, web development or something, you can just merge with ECE and make some amazing things. So yes, now if you have any doubt or something, you can go ahead.
Students, if you have any doubt, anything related to courses in VIT in general, also you can ask.
Yeah,
Since he is the senior and he is the gold medalist, he is the right person to motivate. Uh, uh, so it's your turn. You can ask anything.
anything related to courses also, like if you want to know that some courses or anything, you just feel free to communicate, no problem, because you no need to think like that there is some boundaries there. You just feel free and ask me anything. Just consider me as senior.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Means what all can be practiced for the means from the beginning only from what all we should practice
In which
from
domain? In Python, are you asking?
yes
Yes, can you repeat?
yes means from means what can be practiced means from websites or anything.
Yeah. So if you are if you want to practice programming, then in place from placement point of view, competitive programming is very important, because you have to be very good with logic building. Some unknown problem appears and you have to solve this within 1 hour, or maybe depending on problem, hard level, hard or easy or medium, depending on that timing will be there. So based on the particular time bound, you have to solve and you have to practice. So for that, you can go ahead with lead code or hacker, and hacker earth is there. And I will suggest that please get habituated with Geeks for Geeks, because that is a wonderful platform. And for from placement point of view, Geeks for Geeks is very good. Like you can go through different companies has asked what type of questions, and there is practice company wise questions also there. So just now you have studied Python, so you have fresh knowledge. So what you can do, you can easily go ahead and take one problem per day, or at least you can set this kind of thing that in 1 week I will try to solve at least 2-3 problems. You can go ahead with Geeks for Geeks. And for learning purpose, Udemy is there, very good platform, but as most of the courses are paid, so I will suggest do as many courses from Coursera, because I guess VIT has given you complete free courses, right? All the courses are free for Coursera for VIT students, right? Yes. So you can take any course, explore as much as you can, because these 4 years, whatever you will be gathering, that will help you at some point of time. Nothing will go wastage, I can say for sure. So Coursera, Udemy, Geeks for Geeks, Hacker Earth, Lead Code, all these things you can go. You just choose one, not obviously all of them. You can go ahead with Lead Code, easy, medium, hard. It is also a well organized platform for practice. Geeks for Geeks, you can refer for algorithm learning point of view.
Sir, thank you very much.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, anyone want to ask anything else?
Excuse me, sir. So,
Yes.
what other languages should we learn apart from Python?
See, company will not ask you should know multiple languages. if you know one language in a very proper way, that will be very good. Now I can suggest you that better to learn one more language with Python, because what might happen that, as I have told you also, that Python supports huge inbuilt function library. So what might happen that it might be very easy to write one particular code in Python language, which might not that easy in some other language. So some companies, very few of them, might not allow Python in the written round. Like I can tell you, Samsung will not allow. Samsung will allow Java, C, C++. So at least if you have some idea of Java with Python, that will be great. One of the best combination, Java with Python. And if you are EC student, I guess you are EC student, yes, EC. So you need MATLAB also, because MATLAB is useful for all the not only lab aspect, because I have seen many, even sometime due to lack of time, I also had to do like that. I just went through the lab experiments, whatever taught there. But whatever theory you are learning, you just try to make that using programming. Then it will, you can get some more idea. So MATLAB, Python, and Java. This will be very good combination for EC student. And by default, VIT, as you are in VIT, so obviously R language also there, which you will be getting aware of once you take statistics for engineer course. But that for that you no need to remember syntaxes or anything. And once you understand one particular language, learning other language is very easy. Just little bit syntax change. For loop for Java, for loop for Python, just the syntax is different, but the logic is same, right? Multiple times I want to execute one code, that's why I am using looping. So you can go ahead with 3 languages only as per EC is considered. MATLAB, Python, Java, good combination up to placement point of view also.
And sir, one more doubt, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
In competitive coding, we just need to improve the logic, right, sir? So the process
Yes,
of thinking and the time.
yes, yes.
And sir, is it possible to learn every module in Python, sir?
Every
Every module and library.
no, not required. Once you get requirement appears, once in your project is you feel that I need something, suppose for matrix operation, better to use instead of using list, which generally used as simple matrix kind of thing, you can go with NumPy. For statistical operation, if you are feeling somewhere, then you can go with NumPy. Suppose you want to do data analysis related thing, then you can go with Pandas. But the thing is that from competitive point of view, no library is required as for as per you consider. Like no NumPy without NumPy Pandas also you can go ahead. Basic logic building you have to focus. String, list, dictionary, set, and normal algorithm thinking. That's all for competitive programming point of view. And once requirement comes, you learn that simple.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, you mentioned earlier that like how Python is very useful for image processing and
Yes.
all that for people who want
Yes.
to pursue astrophysics, let's say.
Hmm. Hmm, hmm,
Um,
hmm.
so what are the courses we can take from our second year onwards, which can lead us to that AI and image processing part, like simulations and stuff?
See, first thing is digital signal processing you have to do before going to any course ahead. Okay. Then there is digital image processing. This course is there to help you a lot. DIP course is there. Uh, I can tell you one person in VIT. I don't know, once the situation gets over, Rajesh sir is there. I guess Rajesh M sir, who is like a master artist in this domain, like have a very good knowledge. I am not telling that other you cannot go and get help from other faculty, but I personally can tell that if you are getting this course, DIP course is a very good course offered by VIT. And but the thing is that here I guess you will be getting opportunity in working with MATLAB, so you can explore simultaneously from internet. Different courses are there for computer vision. Just you write course in Coursera, computer vision, and whatever courses you are getting, you just explore those. There is no money we have to give. We no need to wait for financial aid approval. Multiple courses you take and explore. So, but the digital signal processing course is important, because here, like in every stage, we use convolution. Why I am forcing on convolution? Because believe me, it is very important. Then Fourier transform is there. Then fast Fourier transform is there, which is one algorithm to compute discrete Fourier transform in a better way. All these things now might seem rocket science to you, but this is nothing but frequency domain representation. You will be understanding this easily once you get this subject idea. So digital image processing is for VIT course. If you want to go with image domain, image related domain, or computer vision domain, and rest you can, there is complete YouTube domain is there, computer vision, for computer vision. You can just go to any playlist and explore which suits you.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. Yeah, anyone else want to ask some doubt?
So can you please share your LinkedIn account or Insta handle so that we can connect with you later, like after?
Yeah, okay. So I'll be posting in chat. I'll be sharing. Or shall I share to Sir, and Sir will share to you? Sir, what I will do?
Yeah, anything is okay, Mukherjee. Otherwise, I can also share. You can see there is a chat box. There is
Okay.
Sir, we
there is
cannot
a
see
hand
the
symbol,
chat
right
box.
after the hand symbol. There is a chat box.
Sir, we cannot see the chat box.
Okay, if you are unable to see the chatbot, no problem. You can simply okay, right. I will send to Sir, and Sir will send to you if required. Or you can simply search Satadru Mukherjee Capgemini VIT. You can get also.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Welcome. Anything else regarding any aspect of this discussion, or whatever be taken electronics communication? Any doubt related to that? You can ask.
Mukherjee, can you switch on your video now?
Yes, sir. Am I visible, sir?
Yes, Mukherjee, I can see you. Yeah. I would like to thank Mukherjee for accepting. Actually, less than 1 week before only, I just requested him. He said he just posted a hi message. He just wished me Happy New Year. So I just asked him to just share his experience, because I might have invited some person from industry, but they don't know what is the exact requirement of the VIT students. I thought Mukherjee is the right person to handle this session. Then I requested him. He immediately accepted, and very shortly, beside his busy schedule, he just prepared the slides, and he delivered a wonderful lecture. He just covered many aspects, many applications of Python, like artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data, data science, then computer vision in banking sector, then recommender system, web scraping, all those things he just delivered. And in lab class, we never discussed about Google Colab. So he also demonstrated how you can use Google Colab for Python, and he also demonstrated that gesture recognition. Okay, some of the demonstrations he has given, and finally he just completed why Python is important for a EC student. Okay. I hope I really enjoyed the session. So I just learned a lot of things. I'm just proud to say that Mukherjee is my student, and usually, actually, I want to say one thing. I just started a YouTube channel. I just wanted to share that digital communication lectures only for the 40 students or 50 students in my class. But actually, Mukherjee used to encourage me. He used to monitor the status, views, number of subscribers, and he used to intimate me, and he used to motivate me. So because of him, he is one of the major reason for me to post the videos continuously. But initially, I was not that much interested. Actually, it's a extra. I have to spend extra time for editing videos. I have to record. I have to look for good ambience, good environment. Because usually, if you come for VIT campus, in between trains will go, because between the train track, the college is there. So in between, you will get lot of disturbance. Students will talk. Fan sound will come. So if you open and see the YouTube comments, the number of people appreciates the video, that will be very very less. Number of people scolding, that will be more. They will say all the mistakes. You have no good background, no good voice quality. In between there are some sounds like that. They used to with bad words, they used to scold also. So sometimes I thought actually I have to delete the channel. It's of no use and all. But he used to motivate. He used to actually, he only intimated how to go for monetization. He owns a YouTube channel. He actually he also there are more basic videos about MATLAB is available in his YouTube channel. How I think GUI and all he developed sometimes back. I saw the channel, and even some of the electronics courses also he recorded videos, and that was there. So only one thing I want to say, since you are first year students, and you are not yet come to the campus, so many of the seniors will be there. They will wrongly motivate you. So they will say you have to go for this faculty. If you go for this faculty, no need to attend the class, no need to go for what class, no need to submit assignment, you will get marks, like that. There are many seniors, they will wrongly motivate you. That is the reason I identified a right person to rightly motivate you. I think I have done it. Thank you, Mukherjee. And Sunday evening from 6 to 7:30, even it is exceeded 7:30 now. Many students joined at 5:50 itself. So thank you for spending your holiday time, students. Thank you all. Around 65, 66 students max I noticed in the attendance. Thank you all, students. Thank you, Mukherjee, once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, one and all. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.